Hello and welcome. Welcome to the basement. Always exciting. It is down here. Just looking around close to where things are to see what I can find here. There is so much of it. It is so endless. Endless, I say. Endless. So I'm going to go way down to the far end here. Oh, there's something. There is something. I'll set that in the chair and probably I'll grab some more stuff, but then I will not have room to bring it back. Oh yeah, there's more monitor extension cables. Don't knock things down. Don't knock things down. What is this? Don't knock things down. What is this? No. Oh, well. This is something. Whoa. And as much as I might someday need it, I think it's time to maybe, possibly, sell this thing. Hang on. I'm coming back. I found more treasures, and sure enough, the thing I put in the chair to look at, I'm having trouble getting it there because I picked up more stuff. Can you imagine? More stuff. Oh, golly. More stuff. Okay, I gotta carefully, I don't want to hit the phone. I gotta carefully put this down. Ooh. All right, so, long ago, I did buy an old Harley-Davidson trike thing. I haven't had it on the road for a while. But then I ended up with, there's always parts and pieces and things and stuff. This is a gas tank for a Harley-Davidson, 45 cubic inch. It was actually for one that had two wheels. And, not four, not three, sorry. And, was it open? I don't want to hurt my hand. Oh yeah, it opens. Oh yeah. And inside, I can't really see. But I've had it inside. I think it's okay. It's different than mine in that it also has this thing here. I think it's maybe that you unscrew it and then you can kind of pressurize the tank, kind of. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I don't think I'm ever going to need it. The funny thing was, see on this thing coming out the back. This is also gas. The thing would sit on the bike on the left side, and then this part went through the frame to give you more gas capacity, and then the oil tank was on the other side, looked just the same, except it was hollowed out and went over this, so you had enough gas and enough oil. Anyway, I think this maybe will find a new home. I'll have to, before I do that, I'll make sure that everything is absolutely fine with mine. I will. I remember at some point I said, ooh, you know what I'm going to do in setting up different backdrops? I'm going to set up one with all these things that keep flashing. Midnight. And here is one. Now, this is another little clock radio thing. Oh, it has a spot for a battery. What kind of battery would it take? Oh, it takes a 9-volt. It does. Thus, making it more difficult. If the power goes out, you end up stuck at home, sleeping, missing your alarm. Indeedy. Anyway, now this is supposedly also a radio, AM, FM. So okay, I'm on.
What's up? Portugal the man here.
Oh, and they put the
latest style. Dress.
And they put the switch on the back. I don't know why.
Moving higher on Wall Street today, that stock up by 3.2%.
But it does seem
the consumer products
to work. It does. Well, that's encouraging. Okay, let's turn this off. If we go to music, now here's the deal. Alarm. So how? Wake. Ah. Okay. Well, that's the alarm. Now is that as loud as it goes? Yeah, no, I guess that's as loud as it goes. You can also have it on music. But I guess I need to... Ooh. Okay. So there. It works. I perhaps will take that upstairs and add it to my collection. Or perhaps you'll see it here and there as another flashing clock. Now we're back. Look, it's a Pop-Tart and water. You know what I might do, just for fun? I'm going to unplug this, put it back in. Oh, it's still there. I unplugged it. Maybe it has a little... Oh, there we go. Maybe it has a little bit of a memory thing to it, but it does not. Maybe with the battery in. Okay, so... Go cord. So here is a thing. Plug and power remote control timer thing from Radio Shack. Now what this really was, is there was, and still is, I suspect, I don't know, these modules. Maybe they have, I'm sure they have different names and stuff, but they're still out there. I still find them once in a while, usually in thrift stores. These modules you can plug in and then control things remotely for, in some cases, like the pet room. After putting all the pets in there, there are lights and things I can't get at. So I have them on these remote things and I can turn them on and off. Now, this is a thing I also got at Liquidation World. And, of course, because they were, I suspect, quite economical, inexpensive, but not cheap because they're good, I found 4 of them in a box. Now, I know I have other ones somewhere that I use. Oh, here's a little sticker thing. Location chart thing. Oh, okay. So little stickers you can put on things if you so desire. I do not desire that. I desire to put the box aside. And at the moment, all that this does... Can I plug it in there? No. Maybe I can plug it in here. It can. And of course, what does it do? It flashes. Ha 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 ha. Now, so you can control up to 8 things with the buttons on the top. You can. Now, does it have wake up? I used to think that somehow this had wake up on. That it did have some sort of a program setting, program review, set clock. But now I'm not sure. Wake up. I don't see a speaker thing. Anyway, there it is. It's all quite lovely. It's all quite brand new. It's all wonderful. Anyway, if you find such a thing at a garage sale or here or there, or maybe they still sell them, you can set your house code anywhere between A and P, and you can have more than one thing on the same number. And there's a thing here, all lights on and all lights off. That's always handy. And you can, some of the ones, there are lamp modules and appliance modules. And if you have a lamp module, you can actually dim lights. And I don't know what this wake up thing is. Wake up. There's also somehow, there's a thing, and I have to experiment with it. There's this thing, it says security. And see, the good thing about these things, if you're going away and you want people to think that you're home, you can have lights go on and off, and stereo go on and off, radio go on and off, things happen. So it looks like you're home. But say you're gone for a couple of weeks and people, the thieves notice that, gee, every day at 9 o'clock, this light goes on. Every day at this time, this happens. There is this thing, security, where somehow you can push security and it will put some sort of random factor into it. Now, there is no book in here. So I've never really figured this out, even though I've used these things for years and years. I learned about these things from a great Toronto legendary disc jockey and radio executive by the name of Bob Saint. And he had his whole house dead in them. And the other thing he had hooked up to his was some sort of security thing that, and once again, I don't know how all this worked, but somehow, if the security thing kicked in, that's not good. Don't make things fall. If the security thing kicked in, then all the lights that were attached to things in the house would flash. This inside, outside, wherever you had things on modules, they would flash. And as he had every light in his house done like that, like the whole house would flash. This would certainly, without even any sort of like siren or anything like this would raise attention that, hey, maybe something is happening over there. Anyway, of course, eventually, it's funny how when we get married, the things that attract people to us initially then are the things that they hate. So even though it was this whole system and everything was very much liked, once he had become entangled, it was no longer looked on in a positive fashion. And I don't believe, I would have to ask him if he has any of these modules around, but I think not. I think it's done. Anyway, so I have these plug-in power things by Radio Shack, which are really X-10 controllers. I have 4 of them, new in the box. This one I've just taken out of the box. The other 3 are there, and I have others that they don't all look like this. Some of them are brown. They weren't by Radio Shack. They were by X-10. Anyway, yes, always something. Anyway, they are very handy in places where you're setting up and you really can't get at things, or even, actually, there are things. There are remote controls for this. You have to have a thing that plugs in that has little antennas, but it means that you can control things. And you know what? Look, I know that today, of course, we have Hey Google and Alexa who can do things like this. We do. But this was cool in that I think there was even a thing that you could literally phone home or phone in somehow. Anyway, these all took different modules and different attachments, and I think there was also security cameras and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it was good stuff. And mostly, and I have used this, cranks up the stereo at whatever time and plays and has some lights. I remember I had one thing, because you can do it by the minute, where, and I think I tried to do the security thing, but it really never worked. But, at like 2:30 in the morning, the bathroom light would come on. and then it would go off, and then the hall light would go on, and then it would stay on while the light downstairs came on, and then that one would go off, and it was this whole sort of little, like as if somebody got up and did a little trip to the kitchen kind of thing. And of course, I had the stereo on it, and a light or two by the front window and stuff, so it just made it look like people were home. Nothing like when people go away, they say, okay, turn everything off and leave the porch light on. Nobody will figure that out. Anyway. All right. I think it might be time to eat a little something and maybe head into the pool. I will ponder this. I shall. Anyway, I will keep moving, keep working, keep tinkering, and we'll see you again. Till then, have a lovely day. David Bradley in the basement, signing off. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I do.